At this point, I would like to call on our very own Willy Blanco to give us the closing remarks.
Yeah, before I close, I'd like to remind everybody to please register up front if you haven't done so already. Okay. Well, I'm hoping that our American friends and our film youth, when they leave this room this afternoon, would have a better understanding of the Filipino-American contributions to America. Filipino-American contributions to America go way beyond adobo, pancit, and lumpia. You know, as it has been established earlier today, our connection with America goes way before America is what we know today with the early settlers of the Filipinos. And also, let us not forget that we have a direct connection to them, to the United States, because of the Paris Treaty of 1898. We were ceded to and sold to Spain and became a US territory from that time on. And it was because we were a US territory that Japan invaded us during the Second World War. Thus, as Brian Ramos presented earlier, we saw heroisms of about 250,000 Filipino soldiers who fought side by side with the American soldiers in defense of liberty. It was also during that time of American occupation that the first wave of immigrants came to the States as farmers working in the farms of Hawaii and Southern California. Thus, where Larry Itleong emerged as one of the fathers of the West Coast labor movement. Yeah. The immigration law of 1965 also ushered in the second wave of Filipino immigration to the United States, where we had tens of thousands of professionals like doctors, nurses, teachers, and engineers came to the United States. Thus, we have the stories that Dr. Abelera, Vino Soriano, and Alex Pascual. To this date, all hospitals in the United States, the Filipino nurses are still in demand. And that is an honor to us because they go way beyond their duties in doing their profession. The emergence of the information technology also brought Filipino programmers like Johnny Pellicer, Victor Romero, and Adora Aguilar, just to name a few, to fill in the void for programmers. 9 out of 10 Benihana restaurants, or any Japanese restaurant for that matter, employ Filipino chefs, or in their staff at least. Every year, hotel and hospitality industry hire hundreds of migrant workers from the Philippines to fill in the demand. In Sunday services, when the congregation rise up in praise of the Lord, those who sing the loudest are Filipinos, if they're not already in the choir. But with a number of over 4 million as the second largest group of Asian Americans, why then are the Filipino Americans almost invisible as an ethnic group? Because of our education and the good command of English, we assimilate very well, right? The sad thing though is most of our Philem youth, especially those of mixed marriages, would have nothing to do with being Filipinos. That is why I commend and thank Galing Foundation for initiating this and organizing this event today. And I thank Metro South Association of Realtors, Mr. Lee still here, and Sabrina. I thank them for this nice venue. I thank Makabayan Georgia Foundation for making it possible with their generous financial contribution. And also, I thank our visitors from out of state, like May Thompson, Napa Southern Chair, Viva Tarosa Taft from Southern Region and Advisor Treasurer, of course, Melvin and Jennifer Catlaon from Savannah. And of course, I thank everybody here today for being here today. For it is about time that we claim and take ownership of our rightful place in American history. That is why, come 2020, that just like Eleanor May and Anne Marie here is saying, I encourage everybody to participate in the 2020 census and check that Filipino box there to make it known, because just like the blacks, the whites, the Hispanics, and other Asian groups, we make up America. As a matter of fact, we are America. That said, I also recognize our first generation Americans, the likes of Sarah Hawk, Attorney Brian Ramos, Josh Stenko, Omar, and I'd like to make special mention to Villa Garcia and Kristen Dulog. They are the presidents of the Filipino Student Associations in Kansas State and UGA, respectively. Because in so doing, I thank them for stepping up and declaring and celebrating their heritage. Because in so doing, it's like Josh said, they want to ensure, despite looking differently, that they and their children would never be strangers in their own country. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.